What? Why are you here?
Oh shit, the stream's starting.
True. We should probably start.
This is good soup though. I mean, it's you know.
I mean, it's. I don't know. I was trying to make the word joke, but it's not Saturday, so you can't even. Nope, I give up.
Wow.
Don't question the Lard.
I won't.
Oh, but I'm so ready to jump back in. Not.
Bready.
Sure you are ready.
Bread. Oh wait, I forgot to do the thing.
Is there a space at the start of the? No. What? The formatting
the
is so weird. Why are these two lines slightly indented compared to the?
Why not?
My OCD is not happy.
Why are they separated?
Well, this is a different page in the. Yeah, that's
24,
because the PDF has a different page layout than the original one.
I do like that. I do like the fact that once we've converted it to that editable document, it just absolutely fucked everything up.
To be fair, everything was fucked up before. Have you read the Bible?
I've read a good bit of it. Not impressed so far.
Would you recommend this book to your friends on a scale from 1 to 5?
Like at least a 7.
7.5 points out of 5. Okay, yeah. I think we can just jump right into it unless you have something important to add to this.
I'm just looking on my desk to find something important, but I mean, well, I think it is worthy noting that since it is Sunday, I can't drink today because we have work tomorrow. So this will be a very, very disappointing stream for both the viewers and me.
You could still just drink. I mean, how long are we going to be going for? So, if you stop early enough, it would work. But hey, that's up to you. Also, where the hell is
I have to at least pretend I'm a responsible adult, you know, at least sometimes.
Don't. Give us a quick overview over the family tree.
I mean,
can you just zoom out? How far can you zoom out actually?
Quite a lot, actually.
And I guess the box at the top is pre-Noah?
That's pre-flood, yeah.
Okay. Oh, we've come pretty far.
Oh yeah, this stuff, and then this stuff is the more recent, up the moment stuff.
All legible. This is on stream if I keep it this small though, but yeah, whatever.
It's fine.
Genesis 40. While these things were going on, it happened that 2 eunuchs, the cupbearer of the king of Egypt and the miller of grain, offered their lard. It's just like, hey, you want some breakfast? Here, have my lard. How does that even work? And Pharaoh, being angry with them, now one was in charge of the cupbearers and the other of the millers of grain. Wait, what?
I like how they felt the need to put that in brackets.
What is that even? What is that trying to say? So the Pharaoh was angry. And so Pharaoh was in charge of the cupbearers? No, wait, the 2 that the Pharaoh was angry with?
What was the previous thing?
Okay, so Pharaoh was mad at someone. Sent them to the prison of the leader of the military, in which Joseph was also a prisoner. Oh yeah, wasn't Joseph the one that got kidnapped, or rather sold? Because he was the favorite son?
Something along the line.
Then he got sold to the Egyptians? Something like that. Yeah, I have some vague memories. It's not a good sign. I clearly haven't been drinking enough, if I remember.
Might want to change that.
Oh yeah, and wasn't Joseph in charge? Didn't he just become the alpha in the prison?
To be fair, all of last time was kind of a blur.
Yeah, who delivered into his hand all the prisoners who had custody, whatever was done was after him. Yeah, so basically he runs this prison even though he's in it. Okay, but the keeper of the prison delivered them to Joseph, who ministered to them also. Some little time passed by while they were held in custody. And they both saw a similar dream on one night, whose interpretation should be related to one another. And when Joseph had entered to them in the morning, and he had seen them said, wait, so isn't enter to them the exact phrasing they used when you have sex with someone?
Yes.
Wasn't it like enter into me and give me child, please?
Yes, that is the Bible talk for coitus, yes.
Okay.
So wait, so are we already doing prison rape things? Is this like is this one of those like don't drop the soap moments, but in the Bible?
I don't know. We're about to find out. And had seen them said. He consulted them, saying, "Why is your expression sadder today than usual?" They responded, "We have seen a dream, and there is no one to interpret it for us." And Joseph said to them, "Doesn't interpretation belong to Skytus? Recount for me what you have seen." The chief cupbearer explained his first dream. "I saw before me a vine, on which were 3 shoots, which grew little by little into buds, and, after the flowers, it matured into grapes. And the cup of the pharaoh was in my hand. Therefore, I took the grapes, and I pressed them into the cup that I held, and I handed the cup to Pharaoh." Joseph responded, "This is the interpretation of the dream. The 3 shoots are the next 3 days, after which Pharaoh will remember your service, and he will restore you to your former position. And you will give him the cup according to your office, as you were accustomed to do before. Only remember me when it will be well with you, and do me this mercy to suggest Pharaoh to lead me out of this prison. For I have been stolen from the land of the Hebrews, and here, innocently, I was cast into the pit." The chief miller of grain, seeing that he had wisely unraveled the dream, said, "I also saw a dream, that I had 3 baskets of meal above my head. And in one basket, which was the highest, I carried all foods that are made by the art of baking, and the birds ate from it." Joseph responded, "This is the interpretation of the dream. The 3 baskets are the next 3 days, after which Pharaoh will carry away your head, and also suspend you from a cross, and the birds will tear your flesh." The 3rd day thereafter was the birthday of Pharaoh. And making a great feast for his servants, he remembered during the banquet the chief cupbearer and the chief miller of grain. And he restored the one to his place to present him the cup. The other one he hanged on a gallows. And thus the truth of the interpreter of dreams was proven. And although he advanced with so much prosperity, the chief bearer forgot his interpreter of dreams.
Okay.
After 2 years, Pharaoh saw a dream. He thought himself to be standing above a river, from which ascended 7 cows, exceedingly beautiful and stout. I have a feeling you might have removed an R there.
No,
How does a cow ascend from a river?
I have no idea. This is
You know, a bird,
untouched-
a crow would make sense. Sure, it's drinking and then it just flies away. How does a cow ascend?
I don't know, and I would like to see.
Are they just like dead and slowly taking the elevator to heaven?
It's an escalator.
Oh, I also just want to point out how unusual. Seven cows, exceedingly beautiful and stout. Have you ever, in your entire life up until now, heard anyone refer to a cow as beautiful?
Have you ever seen a cow that wasn't beautiful?
That's besides
It's
the
kind,
point.
it's, that's kind of implied by default, I think. Cows are fucking magnificent.
I just want to point out how I find it very unusual to refer to a cow as beautiful. And they pastured in marshy places. Likewise, another 7 emerged from the river, filthy and thoroughly emaciated. And they pastured on the same bank on the river in green places. And they devoured those whose appearance and condition of body was so wonderful. So the ugly cows ate the beautiful cows. That's as far as I know what devouring means.
Oh, this is wonderful.
No, their body was wonderful.
Yeah, it's good. I love it.
Pharaoh, having been awakened, slept again, and he saw another dream. 7 ears of grain sprung up on one stalk, full and well formed. Likewise, other ears of grain of the same number rose up, thin and struck with blight, devouring all the beauty of the first. Pharaoh, when he awakened after his rest, and when morning arrived, being terrified with fear, sent to all the interpreters of Egypt and to all of the wise men. And when they were summoned, he explained to them his dream. But there was no one who could interpret it. Then, at last, the chief cupbearer, remembering, said, "I confess my sin." The king, being angry with his servants, ordered me and the chief miller of grain to be forced into the prison of the leader of the military.
Who's
There,
me?
What?
Who's me?
The guy. It's still all part of his speech.
Oh,
All the way until here. So,
that's a long
chief of
speech,
cupbearer, the guy that was supposed to get Joseph out of prison. There, in one night, both of us saw a dream presaging the future. In that place, there was a Hebrew, a servant of the same commander of the military, to whom we explained our dreams. Whatever we heard was proven afterwards by the events of the matter. For I was restored to my office and he was suspended on a cross. Immediately, by the king's authority, Joseph was led out of prison, and they shaved him.
A strange detail to include.
You know, it's a nice thing, depending on where they shave him, because...
Yeah, I was just about to say, like, what part of him did they shave?
Because depending on which body part of me they would shave, I would be very worried about what's the next step. And changing his apparel, they presented him to him. What a great fucking sentence. They presented him to him. No, you couldn't have gone for more word and character padding to just actually explicitly say. This is just, once again, bad writing and lazy. And also totally out of character, because why didn't they say, and presented Joseph, son of, and so on, to Pharaoh, son of, in the land of, and so on. Nope. And he said to him. But who's saying to whom? Now it's just... I have seen dreams, and there is no one who can unfold them. Okay, oh, hold on. Pharaoh said to Joe, I have heard that you are very wise at interpreting these. Joseph responded, apart from me, Skytus will respond favorably to Pharaoh. Therefore Pharaoh explained what he had seen. I thought myself to be standing on the bank of a river, and 7 cows climbed up from the river, exceedingly beautiful and full of flesh. What else would a cow be?
Vegetables. It's just a fake cow made of plants.
I was just about to say it's like the vegan alternative. When you have a meal that you can't have meat, you just have a fake animal made of vegetables.
It's like when vegans keep trying to imitate meat.
But it's interesting. So now the cows climbed up from the river. So ascending from the river literally just means, okay, they move a few feet up. Interesting. And they grazed in a pasture of marshy greenery. And behold, there followed after these another 7 cows, with such deformity and emaciation as I had never seen in this land of Egypt. These devoured and consumed the first. Okay, so they literally did. I was wondering if Devour was like, okay, they sneak up on them and fling shit at them so they're all ugly now. But no, they literally just go and nom.
But did they each eat one? Or was like, did one of them eat 2 and then one didn't get any?
We don't know. The group of 7 devoured collectively the other group of 7. That is what we know. Giving no indication of being full. But they remained in the same state of emaciation and squalor. Awakening, but being weighed down into sleep again, I saw a dream. 7 ears of grain sprang up on one stalk, full and very beautiful. Likewise, another 7, thin and struck with blight, rose up from the stalk. And they devoured the beauty of the first. I explained this dream to the interpreters, and there is no one who can unfold it. Joseph responded, the dream of the king is one. What Skytus will do, he has revealed to Pharaoh. The 7 beautiful cows and the 7 full ears of grain are 7 years of abundance. And so the force of the dreams is understood to be the same. Likewise, the 7 thin emaciated cows which ascended after them, and the 7 thin ears of grain, which were struck with the burning wind, are 7 approaching years of famine. These will be fulfilled in this order. Behold, there will arrive 7 years of great fertility throughout the entire land of Egypt. After this, there will follow another 7 years of such great barrenness that all the former abundance will be delivered into oblivion, for the famine will consume all the land. And the greatness of this destitution will cause the greatness of the abundance to be lost. Hello, Kappa Claus. My favorite part in this is how there's no hesitation at all in Joseph's mind. Prayer, no nothing, he just knows. I mean, the Lard has been with him for a few years. I don't know, how long has he been in prison and in custody and like as a slave? It's probably been a few years at this point, judging by the overall pacing that the Bible goes at. So, I think he has just become one with the Lard.
Huh. We can also assume he's been interpreting other dreams, in between his time, like in his spare time.
Or maybe he's just a liar and he's just like, if it's wrong, I'm sure Skytus will just correct me somehow. He's just rolling with it.
I mean, he is just prophesizing, 14 years ahead of us, so there's a lot of room there, a lot of time for him to just scatter the lot of there.
And there's also some room for interpretation. I mean, at what point is it famine? At what point is it fertility? So, and also you gotta consider something. I could just predict what would happen to you in 20 years. You're not gonna be in contact with me at all in 20 years, so what do I have to lose?
Well, that's very bold of you to assume.
Nobody's gonna be able to stand me for another 20 years.
I'm not gonna be alive in 20 years, judging by how my life is going.
Which life?
Yes.
So yeah, I've been just making such long-term predictions. You're probably gonna be gone in a few years anyways and move to somewhere else. Either because the Lard says so, or because you're just like, yeah, I've had enough of you. Or because somebody randomly decides, you know what, we may be brothers, but we can't be in the same place anymore, so one of us has to fuck off. Not that would have ever happened before in the Bible.
Oh no.
Now, as to what you saw the second time, it is a dream pertaining to the same thing. It is an indication of its firmness, because the word of Skytus shall be done, and it shall be completed swiftly. Now, therefore, let the king provide a wise and industrious man, and place him over the land of Egypt, so that he may appoint overseers throughout all the regions, and let a fifth part of the fruits throughout the 7 fertile years. Wait, what? And let a fifth... Oh, part as in the noun, but it's part as in the verb, I believe. Let a fifth part of the fruit throughout the 7... Okay, yeah, so basically just make a backlog. Save 1/5 of your fruit as a backlog for the next 7 years. Wait.
Aren't they gonna spoil?
I was just about to ask, hold up!
It's a fucking hardcore fruit he's got. Nah, I'm sure they can just freeze them or something.
Thanks, Bible. Very, very logical. That now have already begun to occur, be gathered into storehouses, and that all the grain be stored away under the power of Pharaoh, and let it be kept in the cities. And let it be prepared for the future famine of 7 years, which will oppress Egypt, and then the land will not be consumed by destitution. The council pleased Pharaoh and all his ministers. And he said to them, would we be able to find another such man who is full of the spirit of Skytus? Therefore he said to Joseph, because Skytus has revealed to you all that you have said, would I be able to find anyone wiser and as much like you? Would I be able to find anyone wiser? Okay. And as much like you. Yeah, is there someone who's even more like you than yourself? Or is there somebody who's exactly like as much as you are yourself? Like not even twins are. What? In the story kind of reminiscent of global warming. The thing is, global warming is not just casual 7 years.
We don't really have a set timer on that.
You will be over my house, and to the authority of your mouth, all the people will show obedience. Only in one way, in the throne of the kingdom, will I go before you. Okay, so basically you
Do you
rule
think the 7
over
years
every-
like alternates? So it goes like 7 years of prosperity and then famine and prosperity and famine, like switches every 7 years.
I think the thing is simply
Side effects
think-
may include dry mouth, nausea, vomiting,
Oh, no.
water retention, painful rectolage, hallucination, dementia, psychosis,
I
coma,
like how the
death, and
text is
halitosis.
completely
Guidance is not for everyone.
unreadable
Consult your
on the white
doctor before
background.
subscribing.
Greebenings
Hey, cat peasant. The Bible is a lot of going back and forth. So, first of all, there's nothing. Then life is created.
Yeah, speaking
Then
of
they're
which.
brought into paradise, so everything is amazing. Then they're kicked out of paradise. Then they start building up and multiplying. And then Skype is like, flood. And then
Side effects may include dry
Don't.
mouth, nausea, vomiting, water retention,
Teras.
painful rectolage,
No.
hallucination, dementia, psychosis, coma, death, and halitosis. Guidance is not for everyone. Consult your doctor before subscribing.
a hype train is
2.0.
close. Sub, gift, or use bits now to start a hype train. Oh boy,
Oh,
am I
yeah.
excited.
Oh, let's do it.
Can I have some more money, please? So it's always this back and forth between very, very life-threatening situations and then everything's just amazing, by their standards, of course. So then the flood came for like, how many was it, 14 days? Or even more? No, it was several months, actually. I don't remember. And then it's gone. It didn't work. Do it again.
No, I used to be an actual different person.
Oh yeah, true, you're right.
Someone who isn't me or Cap isn't the quick donate 1 bit.
I don't think... I think there's a minimum amount of bits you have to do. It might be 500. I'm not sure. But hey, if you do 1,000 bits total, you get an emote unlocked. I think. So and then it's always this back and forth between prosperity and famine. Almost as if Skaters was like, this is too boring. Let's up the difficulty. Oh wait, they're all dying. Holy shit! No! Tone it down. And then just letting them recover. And then it's just like, okay, this is kind of boring. Let's up the difficulty again. But instead of gradually adjusting it, it's always just like completely switch from easy mode to hard mode. And just, yeah, they'll manage it. It'll be entertaining. Okay, so Joseph is now basically in charge of everything, and the only one that has more to say is the Pharaoh. And again, Pharaoh said to Joseph, "Behold, I have appointed you over the entire land of Egypt." And he took the ring from his own hand, and he gave it into his hand. And he clothed him with a robe of fine linen, and he placed a necklace of gold around his neck. And he caused him to ascend upon the second swift chariot, with the herald proclaiming that everyone should bend their knee before him, and that they should know that he was governor over the entire land of Egypt. Damn, that's a quick promotion.
Yeah, so any one of the other people they brought into the room to translate his dream could have just made some shit up on the spot and just ruled Egypt.
Yeah, as long as you also make up the story before, where it's where he had the other dreams come true. I mean, if you just go to somebody's looking for a dream interpreter, you can just be like, yeah, me. Okay, what are your qualifications? You're just like, okay, this one guy had this dream, and I said it meant this, and then it happened. They're gonna believe you because they're all fucking stupid. And then you could be this could have been you a few years ago, if only you had been there.
Brilliant.
Likewise, the king said to Joseph, "I am Pharaoh. Apart from your authority, no one will move hand or foot in all the land of Egypt." So basically everyone's just frozen in place. Got it. And he changed his name and called him in the Egyptian tongue, Savior of the World. And he gave him as a wife Asenath, daughter of Potipharah, priest of Heliopolis. And so Joseph went out into the land of Egypt. Now, he was 30 years old when he stood in the sight of King Pharaoh, and he traveled throughout the regions of Egypt.
Brilliant.
What are these fucking random brackets? I don't get it.
Just so you're aware, it's important information.
And the fertility of the 7 years arrived, and when the grain fields were reduced to sheaves, these were gathered into storehouses of Egypt. And now all the abundance of grain was stored away in every city. And there was such a great abundance of wheat that it was comparable to the sands of the sea, and its bounty exceeded all measure. Then, before the famine arrived, Joseph had 2 sons born, whom Asenath, the daughter of Potipharah, priest of Heliopolis, bore for him. Alright. Joseph has 2 sons with Asenath.
Oh no.
Where was Joseph?
Where is Joseph?
Control F?
Oh, there he is.
Okay. Wife
2 sons, eh?
Yes, 2 sons with the wife Asenath. Okay.
The wife and a who?
This is the wife. And he called the name of the firstborn Manasseh, saying, Skytus has caused me to forget all my labors and the house of my daddy. Likewise, he named the second one Ephraim, saying, Skytus has caused me to increase the land of my poverty, in the land of my poverty. Oh yeah, I also forgot, because all of your sub-memory. Catastrophe is gonna strike, dampen your own growth, and instead make reserve to try to absorb the shock. Meanwhile, nowadays Christians are doing that. Back then you didn't even have the opportunity to save that kind of stuff. Very wet from the standpoint of water, correct. Still surprised there were no your mom jokes on the 7 fat cows.
Well, but the cows were said to be beautiful, which kind of defeats the purpose here.
Yeah, but then came an ugly cow that ate the other cow. Just like your mom ate my mom. Wait, what? There you go, you're welcome.
No. Not having alcohol is a mistake.
Hold on. There were 7 beautiful women in a bar once. And then 7 ugly ones came in. And they ate the beautiful ones.
Oh no.
And that's how I met your mother. Okay.
Just a really confusing orgy. In a public space.
It's like with what is it, Black Widow? Just after the act, they just eat their partner.
Oh no.
And so, when the 7 years of fertility that occurred in Egypt had passed, the 7 years of destitution, which Joseph had predicted, began to arrive. And the famine prevailed throughout the whole world. But there was bread in all the land of Egypt. So they just had to eat bread for all the 7 years.
Where did they get the bread from? Didn't they save fruit?
I was just about to say, they saved wheat and bread and fruit.
Are they supposed to be eating like 7-year-old fucking fruit?
Yes.
Yeah. What the fuck, Harold?
And being hungry, the people cried out to Pharaoh, asking for provisions. And he said to them, Go to Joseph, and do whatever he will tell you.
Oh no.
Then the famine increased daily.
He'll just tell them to the jumping jacks and throw pieces of bread at them, like feeding the pigeons.
Yeah. Then the famine increased daily in all the land, and Joseph opened all of the storehouses and sold to the Egyptians. I just want to point out, so the Egyptians probably work really hard for all that food, give it to him, and then they have to buy it back.
Ka-ching.
That's fucking double dipping right there. Now the famine had oppressed them also. And all the provinces came to Egypt to buy food, and to temper the misfortune of their destitution. Also, everyone else outside from Egypt came there and bought his food. Okay, that does make sense. Okay, I thought it was only the Egyptians, but no, everyone just comes to Egypt and it's like, yo.
So do they have like 7 years worth of food? Because that's a lot of fucking food.
No, they have more like 20 years because they have enough food for themselves and they're also selling.
Fucking hell, that's a lot of food.
Well, the prediction was that it's gonna be, 7 years of great fertility. Not just fertility, great fertility. Like, amazing fertility, just, tenfold the usual harvest. You can stockpile grain, sometimes even flour. The Egyptians could do that and employed cats to fight off the vermin. Yeah, that I know, but still, what about the fruit?
No,
Joseph's just
frozen.
No, Joseph's just okay. Save fruit and save all the wheats. And then a few years later, he looked into one of those stores and it's like, let's just hope nobody remembers that I told them to also save the fruit. It's just all fucking rotten.
Nah, you just spend the 7 years eating nothing but fruit like a fucking king. It's like, oh, I can't let it go to waste.
Then Jacob, hearing that food was being sold in Egypt, said to his sons, "Why are you negligent? I have heard that wheat is being sold in Egypt. Go down and buy necessities for us, so that we may be able to live and not be consumed by destitution." And they really like the word destitution. And so, when 10 brothers of Joseph went down to buy grain in Egypt... Wait, 10 brothers of Joseph?
Excuse me?
What? 10... Okay, oh no, we're probably talking about brother as in from the same tribe, right? Because Joseph doesn't have 10 brothers. Joseph has like 4 brothers at the very bottom. But
what if these also... What if they're also counting these brothers?
Oh yeah, wasn't it that Rachel and Leah and like 2 others were all from this like one guy had 4 wives? Can you scroll to the left? Like that. Can you scroll to the left? Who's their daddy? Who was it? Where's the Leah? Okay, Laban. Yeah, Laban had. Okay, how many is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, that 10. That would add up. Okay, so so they're like half brothers, I guess. But I guess they didn't have that distinction back then. It's just decided by the father because honestly, who cares about the woman? It's the Bible. Dry fruits can hold up a long time. I guess.
But they never thought about drying them.
Did they know about that back then? If they're smart about it, they renew the stockpile and therefore the stock has to last less than 6 years. Yeah, of course, but still. That's quite a few years. No, it has to last 1 year if they're smart. Well, it depends on how bad the famine is.
Sure.
And people with the same name, what is this? Garcia Marquez? I don't know who that is. And yeah, they keep recycling the names because why not?
What do you think? That people who wrote the Bible were creative or something?
Have you seen some of their sentences? They begin describing the family relationships of a person. Then they then what the actual sentence is about, and then they end describing the family relations of the person, which was already in the beginning of the sentence, or a verse or whatever. But yep,
there's a lot of repetition in the Bible.
Benjamin was kept at home by Jacob, who said to his brothers, "Lest perhaps he may suffer harm on the journey." And they entered into the land of Egypt with the others who traveled to buy. Okay, so they literally put their dicks in the ground in Egypt.
Wonderful.
Nice. Giving a whole new meaning to fuck the planet.
It's like sharks where the fins sticking out the ground, but it's land sharks. It's not a fin sticking out.
Big help. Well, the famine was in the land of Canaan, and Joseph was governor in the land of Egypt, and grain was sold under his direction to the people. And when his brothers had reverenced him, and he had recognized them, he spoke harshly, as if to foreigners, questioning them, "Where did you come from?" And they responded, "From the land of Canaan, to buy necessary provisions." And although he knew his brothers, he was not known by them. I just want to point out how amazing this writing is. And like, this would be an E or 5, or depending on whatever your grading system is on an English, like on an essay or anything like that. Any kind of creative writing.
It'll be at least a 4 out of 10.
It would worse, or like a 3. It would tank your grade significantly. Where did you come from, God Nigel? Well, I think that's what he's trying to figure out right now.
Iron E?
No, I understand. Teras, shut up.
No.
And remembering the dreams which he had seen in another time, he said to them, "You are scouts. You have come in order to see which parts of the land are weaker." And they said, "It is not so, my lord, but your servants have arrived in order to buy food." Wait, they said, so the 10 brothers that are trying to get food, they're like, "Nope, but your servants came to us to buy food." So they're basically playing the good old know you. "We are all sons of one man. We have come in peace. Nor do any of your subjects devise evil."
That's a strange way to write it.
And he answered them, "It is otherwise. You have come to examine the unguarded parts of this land." But they said, "Ooh, but," nice, different word.
Ooh.
"We, your servants, are 12 brothers." Wait, 12?
False. It's 9 because they left Benjamin behind.
No. 10 brothers went. The 11th
Yeah.
brother stayed, and the 12th brother is Joseph. I believe that's what they were going for. They're like, "You are one of the 12 brothers, and we are another 10, and then there's one more we left at home." I think that's their point.
Ooh.
But no, wait. "We, your servants, are 12. No, that wouldn't make sense.
Ooh.
I guess there was another child born that was not even documented in the Bible.
Or he was just burned on the way there.
Probably sacrificed. For good measure.
Just happy he's the god of rain.
Listen, the youngest is with our daddy. The other is not living." Well, okay then. He said, "This is just as I have said. You are scouts. I will now continue to put you to the test. By the health of Pharaoh, you will not depart from here until your youngest brother arrives. Send one of you and bring him." So he just said, "You will not depart," and then send one of you. So one of you is leaving, but you're not leaving.
Brilliant. Contradictions, my favorite.
"But you will be in chains until what you have said is proven to be either true or false. Otherwise, by the help of Pharaoh, you are scouts." Therefore,
Joseph is literally having a power trip.
he's just taking good care of his folk. Therefore, he delivered them into custody for 3 days. Then, on the 3rd day, he brought them out of prison, and he said, "Do as I have said, and you will live. For I fear Skytus. If you are peaceful, let one of your brothers be bound in prison. Then you may go away and carry the grain that you have brought to your houses." Wait, what? "If you are peaceful, let one of your brothers be bound in prison." So basically he said, bring your last brother as proof that you are all my brothers, which doesn't make sense, but hey, sure, he's a little bit stupid. And then after 3 days, I'll get you out of prison. Do as I have said. So now he's telling them to go get the brother. If you are peaceful, let one of your brothers be bound in prison. So now it's not just bring your brother to prove that we are all brothers, but one of you has to stay in prison, and the rest of you can go away.
Amazing.
And if you don't let me imprison one of you, that means you are not peaceful. Like, if you are peaceful, let one of your brothers be bound in prison. So you have to be sure. It's you're a peasant. Don't you need a cat to fight off the vermin prospering out of the stock you're keeping? Ask
Oh my
cat
god,
peasant.
we literally. I think we're finally finding the cat peasant's background. We are finding out key pieces of information here.
Perhaps there were some peasants overly loving. Cat peasant, the origins. Cat peasant's origin story. Where it all began. Okay, and then you may go and bring home what you bought. And bring your youngest brother to me, so that I may be able to test your words, and you may not die. They did as he had said, and they spoke to one another. We deserve to suffer these things, because we have sinned against our brother. Seeing the anguish of his soul, when he begged us, we would not listen. For that reason, this tribulation has come upon us. Just as a reminder, they were the ones that sold Joseph to, because they were like, Daddy doesn't love me enough. He loves Joseph more, so I'm just gonna sell him to slave. So, what was the word? Slave dudes? Yes, quality, Teras.
Yes, that's what I do.
Teras is being very productive right now.
That's literally what I get paid for.
And Reuben, one of them, said, Did I not say to you, do not sin against the boy? And you would not listen to me? See, his blood is exacted. But they did not know that Joseph understood, because he was speaking to them through an interpreter. And he turned himself away briefly and
What the
wept.
fuck is that? Why is this attached?
What are you?
It's attached to one of the lines.
Who am I related to now? I'm the son of Judah. And what else?
You're in between Judah and Sheila. You're between them somehow.
We're rewriting history, guys. If you're being sold, would you be more pissed at being sold at a high price or a low price? Would you even know about the price? Like, there might just be, like, in your sleep.
No.
Just
What probably the thing that would make you the most pissed is if someone tried to sell you and no one would take you. So the guy selling you would have to pay someone to take you.
Sounds just about like my childhood.
We've been there, done that.
I mean, you pay people to take care of your kids because nobody wants to deal with kids.
Well, I'm sure there's people who want to deal with them. They just shouldn't be allowed near them.
Nice family circle. We're gonna come full circle, I'm sure, at some point. And he turned himself away briefly and wept. And returning, he spoke to them. Just like, I told you this would happen. Okay, anyway.
Runs away.
Talking about Catholic priests.
How did you know?
We'll just leave it at that. And taking Simeon and binding him in their presence, he ordered his ministers to fill their sacks with wheat and to replace each one's money in their sacks, and to give them, in addition, provisions for the way, and they did so. Okay, so they're home now. No, wait, they're not home. So they're still with Joseph. They're binding one brother. He's now imprisoned. And now he, whoever that may be, saying, yo, give us food and replace the money in their sacks. So basically, yeah, we're gonna buy your shit. And they did so. Then, having loaded their donkeys with the grain, they set out. And one of them, formatting.
Oh, yeah, I love the formatting in this.
But what was it? They set out. And one of them, opening a sack to give his beast of burden fodder at the inn, looked upon the money at the sack's mouth. And he said to his brothers, my money has returned to me. See, it is held in the sack. And they were astonished and troubled. And they said to one another, what is it? What is this that Skytis has done to us? And they went to their daddy Jacob in the land of Canaan, and they explained to him all the things that had befallen them, saying, And now we get another recap.
Of course.
The Lard of the land spoke harshly to us, and he considered us to be scouts of the province. We answered him, "We are peaceful, and we do not intend any treachery. We are 12 brothers, conceived of one daddy. One is not living. The youngest is with our daddy in the land of Canaan." And he said to us, "Thus I will prove that you are peaceful. Release one of your brothers to me, and take necessary provisions for your houses, and go away. And bring your youngest brother to me, so that I may know that you are not scouts. And this one, who is held in chains, you may be able to receive again. And thereafter, you shall have permission to buy what you want." Having said this, when they poured out their grain, each found his money tied to the mouth of his sack. And all were terrified together. So, like, what's the mouth of a sack?
I presume the opening.
Yeah, the opening. So the money is tied to that. So they pour out the grain, and then they're like, "Oh wait, there's money on the outside of the bag," which I definitely did not see when I was opening the bag.
Oh.
It does not add up. Why the youngest? Because he has the longest life, so he's the most worthy? So the youngest one stayed at home. Because I guess the journey was too dangerous. Or something, well, that's what they said. This is how the Catholic Church was founded. This is how Cap Peasant came to be. The opening. Like a bag with many bags inside, maybe? I don't fucking know. Imagine a sack with a bunch of purses dangling about from the opening.
Oh.
I'm also terrified now. Their daddy Jacob said, "You have caused me to be without children. Joseph is not living. Simeon is held in chains, and Benjamin you would carry away. All these evil have fallen back upon me." And Reuben answered him, "Put my 2 sons to death, if I do not lead him back to you. Deliver him into my hand, and I will restore him to you." Okay, so apparently Reuben has 2 sons?
Apparently Joseph is dead.
Wait, where is Reuben? Yeah, that's, I mean, to him, because remember, they sold him as a slave, and then, but the daddy didn't know, and then he just assumed that he's dead.
Brilliant.
Can you move the graph? Hold on. Where's Reuben? Reuben has 2 sons apparently of unknown name, because he said, Reuben answered, "Put my 2 sons to death," and it's my 2 sons. He didn't specify, so 2 sons exactly, and n daughters, which is any number from 0 to infinite. But we know that he has 2 sons and no more. Yes, daughters.
Daughters.
No, don't imagine that, Baka. It's not sexual yet. Imagine thinking that I wouldn't know what Baka means. I'm not into weeb culture.
Fucking weep.
Maybe since he was sold as a slave, they didn't want to interfere because that would be illegal. Imagine thinking there's law back then. But he said, "My son will not go down with you. His brother is dead, and he is left alone. If any adversity will befall him in the land to which you travel, you would lead my gray hairs down with sorrow to the grave." Genesis 43. Meanwhile, the famine pressed heavily on all the land. Having consumed all the provisions that they had brought out of Egypt, Jacob said to his sons, "Return and buy us a little food." Judah answered, "The man himself declared to us, under the attestation of an oath, saying, 'You will not see my face unless you bring your youngest brother with you.'" Also, I just want to point out, they left, what was it, who was it, Simeon, who's still in prison, and they go home, and now they have to bring the youngest brother, but their daddy says, "Nah, I'm not gonna let my son die." because my other son already died. But one of his sons is literally kept in prison, in a place where he can't go, and is just waiting to be freed.
Wonderful. I think that daddy has some strange problems.
I think they have some daddy issues. Unless you bring your youngest brother with you. If, therefore, you are willing to send him with us, we will travel together and we will buy necessities for you. But if you are not willing, we will not go. For the man, as we have often said, declared to us, saying, you will not see my face without your youngest brother. Yeah, you already said that. But yeah, maybe you should repeat this a few more times, just to be very clear. That of the year award.
About a couple.
Israel said to them, you have done this for my misery, in that you revealed to him that you also had another brother. But they responded, the man questioned us in order concerning our family, whether our daddy lived, if we had a brother. And we answered him respectively, according to what he demanded. How could we know that he would say, bring your brother with you? Likewise, Judah said to his daddy, send the boy with me, so that we may set out and be able to live, lest we and our little ones should die. I accept the boy, require him at my hand, unless I lead him back and restore him to you. Wait. I accept the boy, require him at my hand, unless I lead him back, restore him to you. Oh, so basically I will always be on his side and bring him back. I will be guilty of a sin against you for all time. If a delay had not intervened, by now we would have returned here a second time. Therefore their daddy Israel said to them, wait, their daddy Israel? I thought it was Laban.
That is Laban.
But who's Israel?
Oh, wait. Jacob. Yeah, they're yeah. That's... Yeah.
Oh no, Rachel no. This is why your graph sucks. Rachel is Laban's daughter and Leah is Laban's daughter. But your graph implies that Leah is also Jacob's daughter, because you did not make a distinction between children and between wives.
This is already so scuffed, it's fine.
If it is necessary to do so, then do what you will. Take in your vessels from the best fruits of the land and carry down gifts to the man. A little rest and honey and storax ointment, oil of myrrh, turpentine, and almonds. And some toothpicks for good measure.
Ointment. No, not toothpicks.
I like how you didn't even realize.
Ooh.
We have officially ruined the word resin. Also, take with you double the money and carry back what you found in your sacks, lest perhaps it was done in error. But also take your brother and go to the man. Then may my almighty Skytus cause him to be pleased by you, and send your brother whom he holds back with you, along with this one, Benjamin. But as for me, without my children, I will be like one who is bereaved. So in his mind, wives and daughters are the same. Are you maybe from Saarland? Teras? It's a place in Germany. At least, that's the only Saarland I know.
No. I don't think I am. But then again, you never know.
I don't think Teras is from heaven. He's a gift to us all. No, not Saarland. It's a U umlaut. How dare you not spell that properly?
Anyway.
Therefore, the men took the gifts and doubled the money and Benjamin. And they went down into Egypt, and they stood in the presence of Joseph. I was led to believe that it was the Alabama of Germany. I am not too knowledgeable on what this is. Dare I click on this link?
Well, I've clicked on it. What the fuck? Oh no. What the fuck is this? Oh no.
Oh yeah, this is definitely 100% accurate.
We are known around the world for our beautifully melodic yet easy to learn language and for a world famous sense of humor. When we speak English, we all sound like Werner Herzog. Look a chicken in the eye. We are Germans.
Thank you, cat peasant.
Sweet home Alabama.
What did you think? Of course, this. I was just waiting for someone to do that. That's literally the reason why I added it, because the Bible is literally just this.
The Bible is Alabama. This is where all the Bible stuff happened. It's Alabama, and you can account for the error in the area where they say it happened, because Americans are famously bad at geography.
And when he had seen them and Benjamin together, he instructed the steward of his house, saying, "Lead the men into the house and kill victims and prepare a feast, because they will be eating with me at midday." What? Kill victims? Just randomly. Just bring these guys into my house, kill some random people for good measure, and make some food.
What's in the courtroom? Sir, excuse me, I've been fucking robbed. Okay, perfect. Shanks him.
Okay, what was our highlighting color? This is going in the best of. This is a good one.
Yeah, good question. What was the color? Yeah, let's go green.
Scroll up. Yeah, good idea.
It's not what I meant, but it's what I'm doing.
He did what he had been ordered to do, and he brought the men into the house. And there, being terrified, they said one to another, "Because of the money which we carried back the first time in our sacks, we have been brought in, so that he may unleash a false accusation against us, and by violence subjugate both us and our donkeys into servitude." As if the donkeys aren't already in servitude. For this reason, approaching the steward of the house at his door, they said, "We beg you, Lard, to hear us. We come down once before to buy food." We came down once before to buy food. "And having bought it, when we arrived at the inn, we opened our sacks and found the money in the mouth of the sacks, which we now have carried back in the same amount. And we have also brought other silver, so that we may buy those things that are necessary for us. It is not on our conscience who had placed it in our bags." But he responded, "Peace be with you. Do not be afraid. Your Skytus and the Skytus of your daddy has given you the treasure in your sacks. As for the money that you gave to me, I held it as a test." And he let Simeon out to them. Wait. So the money literally just was duped. It was just like, Skytus just want extra money. And then the money that they gave to him as payment, he kept it as a test.
So he just gave them money as well.
What kind of test? To test if they come back to... What? That doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't need to. It's the Bible, for fuck's sake.
"And having led them into the house, he brought water, and they washed their feet, and he gave fodder to their donkeys. But they also prepared the gifts until Joseph entered at midday, for they had heard that they would eat bread there. And so Joseph entered his house, and they offered him the gifts, holding them in their hands,
Victim.
and they reverenced prone on the ground. The victims are going to come into play later, I'm sure. But he, gently greeting them again, questioned them, saying, "Is your daddy the old man about whom you spoke to me in good health? Is he still alive?" And they answered, "Your servant, our daddy is safe. He is still alive." And bowing, they reverenced him. Then Joseph, lifting up his eyes, saw Benjamin, his brother of the same womb, and he said, "Is this your little brother about whom you spoke to me?" And again he said, "May Skytus be compassionate to you, my son." And he hurried out, because his heart had been moved over his brother, and tears gushed out. Oh, so he is now Joseph and not... Wait, no. So he's like, "Is this the brother?" They don't say anything, and then he's like, "Oh yeah, may Skytus be with you." And then he starts crying, even though they haven't even responded. And then he comes back in and they're like, "Nope, you've been tricked. This is just a random child we found on the street." Which, by the way, would have probably been the easier way. Just go somewhere, buy a slave, and be like, "Hey, this is your brother, as we promised." And going into his chamber, he wept. And when he had washed his face, coming out again, he composed himself. And he said, "Set out bread." And when it was set out, separately for Joseph, and separately for his brothers, likewise separately for the Egyptians, who ate at the same time, for it is unlawful for Egyptians to eat with Hebrews, and they consider feasting in this way to be profane, they set before him the firstborn according to his birthright, and the youngest according to his state of life. What the hell are you doing to the document?
Nothing.
Why is it so laggy? Holy shit.
I literally haven't done anything.
And they wondered exceedingly,
Oh no, they're worrying.
taking the portions that they received from him. The greater portion went to Benjamin, so much that it exceeded 5 parts. They drank and became inebriated along with him. Genesis 44. Then Joseph instructed the steward of his house, saying, "Fill their sacks with grain, as much as they are able to hold, and place each one's money at the top of the sack. But place my silver bowl and the price that he gave for the wheat in the mouth of the sack of the youngest." And so it was done. So they're literally getting free stuff now. Let them keep their money and fill up their bags, and give them my silver bowl.
Bowl.
Bold move.
Oh my god.
And when morning arose, they were sent away with their donkeys. And now they had departed from the city and had set out a short distance. Then Joseph, sending for the steward of his house, said, "Rise up and pursue the men. And when you have overtaken them, say, 'Why have you returned evil for good?'" Why have you returned evil for...
What? Excuse me?
"The cup that you have stolen, it is that from which my Lard drinks, and in which he is accustomed to discern signs. You have done a very sinful thing." Oh, so he's basically giving them free stuff, but he also puts something in there that they're not supposed to take. And then he just sends a servant after them to be like, "Yo, why are you stealing?"
Brilliant.
I think that's what this means.
Yeah,
He did as he had been ordered. And having overtaken them, he spoke to them according to the order. And they responded, "Why does our Lord speak in this way, as though your servants had committed such a shameful act? The money, which we found at the top of our sacks, we carried back to you from the land of Canaan. So in what way does it follow that we would steal from the house of your Lord gold or silver? Whichever of your servants will be found to have what you seek, may he die, and we shall be the servants of my Lord." Wait, so whichever of your servants. So the brothers are saying to the servant of Joseph, whichever of your servants, so of Joseph's servants. So they brought servants of Joseph to carry stuff home? Like, how does that even...
What the hell?
Or they're just saying, "No, we don't have that stuff, go back home and check there, and whichever servant stole it, kill them." I'm not sure. And he said to them, let it be according to your verdict. With whomever it will be found, let him be my servant, but you will be unharmed. And so they quickly placed their sacks on the ground, and each one was opened. And when he had searched beginning with the oldest, all the way to the youngest, he found the cup in Benjamin's sack. But they...
I forgot we changed that. Like, fucking 3 weeks ago.
I have a very peculiar way of saying sacks. Sacks.
Just German things.
But they, tearing their garments and burdening their donkeys again, returned to the town. And Judah, first among his brothers, entered to Joseph.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh.
Get fucked. For he had not yet departed from the place. And together they all fell down before him to the ground. And he said to them, why would you choose to act in this way? Could you be ignorant that there is no one like me in the knowledge of discerning signs? And Judah said to him, what could we answer to my lord? And what would we be able to say or to justly claim? Skytus has discovered the iniquity of your servants. See, we have all become servants to my lord, both we and he with whom the cup was found. Joseph responded, far be it from me that I should act in this way. He who stole the cup will be my servant, but you may go away free to your daddy. Then Judah, approaching closer, said confidently, I beg you, my lord, let your servant speak a word in your ears, and do not be angry with your servant, for you are next to Pharaoh. My lord, you questioned your servants before. Do you have a daddy or a brother? We answered you, my lord. There is our daddy, an old man, and a young boy who was born in his old age. His brother of the same womb died, and he alone is left to his mother and daddy, who truly love him tenderly. And you said to your servants, bring him to me, I will set my eyes on him. We suggested to my lord, the boy is not able to leave his daddy, for if he sends him away, he will die. And you said to your servants, unless your youngest brother arrives with you, you will not see my face anymore. Therefore, when we had gone up to your servant, our daddy. Therefore, Therefore, when we had gone up to your servant, our daddy.
They're just calling him their father now.
We explained to him all that my lord has spoken. And our daddy said, return and buy us a little wheat. And we said to him, we cannot go. If our youngest brother descends with us, we will set out together. Otherwise, in his absence, we do not dare to see the face of the man. Lovely substitutions. To which he responded, you know that my wife conceived twice by me. Just random flex.
So you assert dominance.
So, you see, I am not a virgin. In fact, I have 2 children. One went out, and you said a beast devoured him. And since then, he has not appeared. Wait, what?
I think they're speaking about Joseph.
Okay, so Joseph has 2 children. One of Joseph's sons went out and was eaten by a beast. Is what they claimed. If you take this one also and anything happens to him on the way, you will lead my gray hairs down with grief to the grave. No, I think this is what their father said. So, what was his name? I think this is what Israel said. Because which one? I guess one of the wives only had 2 children.
Jacob.
I don't know, but yeah, I'm if I remember correctly, they sold Joseph as a slave, and then they told their daddy that he was eaten by a beast or something, and they brought back the tunic. You know, my penis is very powerful. Yeah, pretty much. That's the flex. But
Yeah, it just stands like a tripod.
I'm confused about the fact wife conceived twice by me. So which wife? Because Rachel clearly has more children. So
what if they're talking about Laban?
Laban is the father of Israel's wife.
Yeah. So he's like the grandfather of all of them. So both they're just referring to him.
That wouldn't make any sense in this context. Nothing makes sense.
Nothing makes sense in this context. I'm trying. I work with me, man.
If you take this one also and anything happens, wait, where was I? Down with grief to the grave. Therefore, if I would have gone to your servant, our daddy, with the boy not present, though his life depends upon the life of him, and if he were to see that he is not with us, he would die. And your servants will lead his gray hairs down with sorrow to the grave. So I think he's trying to say that their daddy, so Israel, said, if you don't bring home my son, I will literally die of grief. And now they're telling Joseph, if you don't do this, our daddy will die of grief. So if you keep Joseph, so please don't.
Oh no, Torvik is here. Quick,
Hey.
hide.
Why did you decide to figure out the Bible? Why didn't you? Simple as that.
It's a very good question. Yeah.
On which wives conceived which children and the other trivial matters. No, the thing is, if it was referring to somebody completely different, that would change everything. So it is necessary to understand. Because if they were talking about Joseph's sons, then it would be very confusing. Because apparently then one of Joseph's sons would have died, devoured by a beast. Which, by the way, is the perfect place to loop back to the old, to the cows and the your mom joke. But I wouldn't stoop so low.
Yeah, it's the
Daddy will die of grief. Good. No,
send daddy pics.
I don't remember how it happened, honestly. I just had this random idea that it might be funny to just read the Bible. And then I had the brilliant idea to ask Teras if he wanted to join. and Bible became. And Skype saw the Bible, and that it was bad.
Ooh.
What have you been up to?
After we've done with it, it'll be good.
No, it will be slightly less bad. Let me be your very own servant, for I accepted this one into my trust, and I promised, saying, unless I lead him back, I will be guilty of a sin against my daddy for all time. And so I, your servant, will remain in place of the boy, in ministry to my Lard, and then let the boy go up with his brothers. For I cannot return to my daddy without the boy, lest I appear as a witness to the calamity that will oppress my daddy. It is the Old Testament, I suppose. Very brutal story in many places.
Well, let me show Torvik the most brutal part.
Joseph was unable to restrain himself any longer, standing before so many. Therefore, he instructed that all should go outside, and that no stranger should be among them, as they recognized one another. And he lifted up his voice with weeping, which the Egyptians heard, along with the entire house of Pharaoh. And he said to his brothers, I am Joseph. Is my daddy still alive? Brothers were unable to respond, being terrified by a very great fear. And he said to them mildly, approach toward me. And when they had approached close by, he said, I am Joseph, your brother, whom you sold into Egypt. Do not be afraid, and let it not seem to you to be a hardship that you sold me into these regions. For Skytus sent me before you into Egypt for your salvation. Hold on. Gotta fix that. For it is 2 years since the famine began upon the land, and 5 years more remain, in which there can be neither plowing nor reaping. And Skytus sent me ahead so that you may be preserved upon the earth, and so that you would be able to have food in order to live. I was sent here not by your counsel, but by the will of Skytus. He has caused me to be like a daddy to Pharaoh, and to be the lord of his entire house, as well as governor throughout all the land of Egypt. Hurry and go up to my daddy and say to him, your son Joseph commands this. Skytus has caused me to be the lord of the entire land of Egypt. Come down to me, do not delay. And you will live in the land of Goshen. And you will be next to me, you and your sons and the sons of your sons, your sheep and your herds and all that you possess. And there I will pasture you. Wait, pasture? Pasture you. For there are still 5 years of famine remaining, lest both you and your house perish, along with all that you possess. Behold your eyes, and the eyes of my brother Benjamin can see that it is my mouth speaking to you. You will report to my daddy about all my glory and about all that you have seen in Egypt. Hurry and bring him to me. And then falling upon the neck of his brother Benjamin, he embraced him and wept. And likewise, Benjamin wept at the same time on his neck. And Joseph kissed all his brothers, and he cried over each one.
Do not neck.
After this, they were emboldened to speak to him. And it was overheard, and the news spread by word throughout the king's court. Brothers of Joseph had arrived. And the Pharaoh was gladdened along with all his family.
Gladdened.
Yep.
What a word.
I'm not joking, but I remember the story of one prophet who was asked to eat crab. After I read it, that was in Old Testament. Well, we haven't gotten there. We've gotten to the parts where Isaac was tied down and supposed to be sacrificed. We've gotten to the point where angels arrived at the city, and then the city chieftain tried to save them, and there was an angry mob outside, and then the chieftain was like, okay, you know what, here, take my daughters, just don't harm the angels. Gotten to the part where two daughters literally inebriated their daddy to have sex with him because there was no other man to, what was the wording? No other.
They got him drunk, and then they got themselves pregnant through him.
Yep. I mean, I wouldn't say it was very brutal so far, just odd. And then, of course, there were the Harry and the Smooth brother.
Oh, yes.
Bait and switch tactics by Joseph, making his case with the job offer. Absolutely accept New Testament, but many stories in Old Testament are so cruel. I'm just a mere mortal and badly educated in religious matters. Well, I mean, up until a few weeks ago, I would have claimed the same, but I would now consider myself very well educated, at least on the Catholic matters. And I would not recommend them.
We'll definitely read other texts.
I recall that story of the roadside sex. It was amazing. I also recall that my cup is empty and I need more drink.
Wow. Well, he fucking walked away. Come back. I'm fucking yawning because I'm tired, and I didn't sleep very well. I'm gonna blame it all on Skytus. Do not Teras Pat. Fucking ban cat peasant. I'm pretty sure Skytus isn't Catholic. But you know, you never know. We need like a ban emoji. So I can post it every time Cat Peasant says something stupid.
That is a blasphemy that we laugh at it. But still, I don't understand. Skytis, you should be a Protestant follower of Luther. Are you Catholic after all? Having his true beliefs. There's a few things I believe in.
Am I one of them?
Fuck you.
Nice.
He's just stealing my jokes.
Fuck yourself, you coward.
Why did I bring you on here if you're just stealing all my jokes?
Ah.
Well, you ruined this one.
You're welcome.
Being repressed. Good. I can repress you even more. Hold on. Slash time. I have said to you several times before, you could just make that emote yourself, or any emotes that you feel are necessary to express yourself. And if they're not complete abominations, I will likely add them. And if you can't make them yourself, you could even ask someone else, like Pom or Teras, if they feel like making that emote. And if you're lucky, they might. And then there you go. So no, you're not being repressed, you're being fucking people. Lazy.
No, I did say that we need a ban emoji, so every time Cat does something stupid, we can post a ban emoji. Anyway, speaking of banning people, when do I become a moderator in your chat?
I don't get paid enough to promote you.
Fuck. Fuck. Wait. Let me change that. Hold.
How much are you willing to pay?
There you go.
Try a few more times. Maybe I'll change my mind the 15th time. Nah, I can't just make you a moderator. Looking at my all-time top cheerers, you're not even in the top 10. How could I promote somebody who's not even one of the 10 people that gave me the most money through cheering? You're mostly not a moderator because I don't need moderators.
Well, I mean, someone needs to moderate Cat Peasant, clearly.
Trust me, I've got my ways of moderating him. If he misbehaves, he doesn't get any loot in Diablo 2, so... Sucks to be you! Skytis is from the northern Germany and not from Cologne. Not from southern Germany, not from Munich or Nuremberg. It's Nuremberg in English, I believe. And the German one is spelled with U umlaut. Still weird. So most likely he should be Protestant. Bingo. Well, I surely protest against church altogether, if that counts. No. I'm strictly and as much as you can be an atheist.
What's even stricter than an atheist? Can you like just not believe in anything, including science? Just fuck you, everyone's wrong. What would that be called?
Permanent.
Ooh, no. I thought we wanted to give him publicity, even if it's bad publicity.
Egotist. I know, but it's just it was too fitting. I couldn't resist. But you are right. Hello, Nagor. Blackmailing Cat Peasant with loot, such a shame. No, it's not blackmailing. He's literally getting free loot. He doesn't have much time to play. I have much more time to play, so I find more loot, and the stuff that I don't really have a use for, he gets. But if he misbehaves, he's not getting anything. It's very simple. It's basically like giving your pets treat. If you don't give them treats, it's not like you're blackmailing them. You're just not rewarding them because they didn't behave as you would like them to.
Do you spray him with like water if he misbehaves though? I heard that works.
Spit at him. Does that count?
You spray something on him.
We're drowning cat peasant with love and gifts. He's basically Jesus.
We've not gotten to that part yet.
Well, I don't think he can walk on water. I think he's a little hydrophobic. The crucifixation. Yeah, but that's
Oh, no.
after we're done with him. I still need him for Victor Vran. And he told Joseph that he should command his brothers, saying, "Burden your beasts and go into the land of Canaan, and take from there your daddy and kindred and come to me. And I will give you all the good things of Egypt, so that you may eat from the marrow of the land.
Yeah.
And you may
Capital
even
description.
instruct that they take wagons from the land of Egypt in order to transport their little ones, as well as their wives. And say, take your daddy and come quickly as soon as possible. You need not give up anything from your household, for all the riches of Egypt will be yours." And the sons of Israel did just as they were commanded. And Joseph gave them wagons, according to the command of Pharaoh, and provisions for the journey. Likewise, he ordered 2 ropes for each of them to be brought. Yet truly, to Benjamin, he gave 300 pieces of silver, along with 50 of the best ropes. How the fuck, why would you need 50 ropes? How non-durable are they? Are they like one time?
Brilliant.
They significantly
One.
improved Wilson. You played?
Maybe
Hell
they just
no.
want, maybe just want to keep warm, so they just have both on at the same time.
I mean, yeah, maybe Benjamin is just the weakling. That would check out. No, I didn't play it. What did I think of it? It was awful, from what I heard. It was completely rushed and unfinished. They basically ran out of money, so they just had to release it in that unfinished state. Otherwise, they would have completely abandoned it. But it was completely unjustifiable at the price, and that's about all I know. And that's when I stopped following it. But if they turn the game around and fix it, and if it's significantly cheap, then I will surely take a look at it.
Wow.
They say learn people. What do they mean? To have sex with them? What? Learn people? I don't know. Have you ever tried to tie someone with a self-made rope? It is hard and ropes suck usually. Just like you. You're also hard and you suck usually.
I'll fucking rope you. I'm alive, Nargo. I am very much alive.
I might have tried that, but that was long ago.
Apparently, Walken has mostly positive reviews for recent ones, but it's still fucking.
Well, the problem with recent reviews is also only very dedicated people would still play this, even if there was a big update. And of course, they will be happy about any bigger change. So there's a certain inherent bias. So it's definitely a good sign, and I might take a look at it if I feel like it, if I have the time. And if it really is that good, I might give it a shot at some point. But for now,
Yeah.
I have plenty of other things. There's still Project Diablo 2. There's still Victor Run. I still at some point want to play Divine Divinity. Last Epoch multiplayer is coming out soon, TM. I still want to play some more Borderlands 3. So
Wow. Good fucking
Why should you?
games, eh?
because people are annoying and you want to tie them down. Also, it's easier to have sex with them that way.
Yes.
And he sent just as much money and clothing to his daddy, adding also 10 male donkeys with which to transport all the riches of Egypt, and as many female donkeys carrying wheat and bread for the journey. Thus he sent away his brothers, and as they set out, he said, "Do not become angry on the way."
Have become anger.
They are in Egypt. They just found out that the brother is still alive, and he's not mad at them. He's saying, "Yo, you can bring your entire family here, and you can live here. We've all the provisions. Everything is good." And then he's saying, "Okay, now go and bring everyone over, and don't get angry along the way over the fact that I'm being so nice to you. Do not become angry on the way." Why would they? That makes no fucking sense.
I'm sure they could find a reason.
Teras, don't be mad at me.
Oh, fuck.
Teras, no. Don't get
I'm
angry
trying-
at me. No,
But
no.
But no. But what if?
Why should I what? Don't question what gives pleasure. Exactly. And they ascended out of Egypt, and they arrived in the land of Canaan with their daddy Jacob. And they reported to him, saying, "Your son Joseph is alive, and he is ruler throughout all the land of Egypt." When Jacob heard this, he was stirred up as if from a deep sleep, yet he did not believe them. Wait,
Why not?
wasn't Jacob their daddy?
Yes.
So wouldn't this need, like, what are they called? Like the end of the speech. Shouldn't the speech end here? Because this is where the next speech starts. So literally just, this is missing.
Wait. Wait.
I just added this.
No, it ends down here.
Okay, then explain to me what this is.
No, wait. No, so that's that. Yeah, there's fucking it's missing.
Yeah. Yes, Torvik. Nagor ties people because it gives him pleasure.
Can I watch?
I mean, you can watch as you're being tied down.
Yes.
When Jacob heard this, he was stirred up, as if from a deep sleep, yet he did not believe them. To the contrary, they explained the entire matter in order. And when he had seen the wagons and all that he had sent, his spirit revived. And he said, "It is enough for me, if my son Joseph is still alive. I will go and see him before I die." Why not, especially if they ask for it?
No. See, it's better if they don't ask for it. That's how you have more fun.
The best part is if they don't even notice it until later.
Just wake up. It's like, hey, wait a minute.
Like,
Why am I tied up?
Control is hot.
Imagine you wake up tied up. You start looking around the room and there's just a Skytus standing with his like arms down the side, just poker face, just no facial expression, no kind of body language, just standing in the corner of the room, unblinking, staring down at you.
Imagine you just wake up, tied down to the bed, someone is breathing in your ear. You turn to your left and you see my face, and I just whisper in your ear.
No. No, you're supposed to whisper it's free real estate. There's nothing harder than free real estate.
And Israel, who is also known as Jacob, I think.
Yes, they're both the same person.
Okay. They just,
Jacob
they're synonymous. We just use whichever name we feel like it to bring some variety.
Yeah.
Jacob was renamed to Israel, but for some reason we still sometimes refer to him as Jacob. Reasons. Stop giving me weird bonus while I'm having a beer inside a hypermarket. I don't even know what a hypermarket is. And is it my fault that you're consuming this in a public place? I mean, the Bible is intrinsically like it is just loaded with sexual tensions. I must admit that reading the Holy Bible in English is easier than to read it in Old Russian. Read it many years ago. It was very difficult. Well, it depends on how the translation chain goes. The more often it's translated, the worse it gets. We've had to fix several issues which were presumably just translation errors.
Yeah, I mean, if it was translated from English to Russian after already being translated from whatever the fucking language it was written in, because it's not like I know, because it's
Probably
not like
Hebrew or something.
to English. Yeah, I'd assume it would be Hebrew, but you know. But I mean, if it was translated straight from Hebrew to Russian, then I would assume it would be a bit better. But at the same time, what kind of maniac speaks both fluid Hebrew and Russian? Like, that's especially if it's old Russian.
Maybe the Bible wasn't written in Hebrew. It was maybe written in a Rush. That would explain why it's so bad. I mean, universal market or store, but I've never heard the term hypermarket. Supermarket, yes, which is basically that, where you have most food and some drugstore stuff all in one place. Hypermarket? Is that like...
That's probably some fucking foreigner thing. You fucking bunch of immigrants.
Greek, I think. Bible Greek? No. Whatever you say. Just googled Old Finnish Bible. This is from 1747. Oh boy, CL Vitin, Lindu Perkele, Yoka, Onze, Kiljuva, Yalopoira, Yola, Myos, Aina Hennen, Kapellins, Kirkon, Viresa, On, Tule, Ja, Tulin, Tulu, Ja, Otter, Boys, Simenen, Ja, sondern Sidem, Esta, Sile, Dollar, Ette, Hellen, Kota, Tate, Sidemmen, Jelens, Lihalisila, Ayatuxila, Ja, Kuyeta, Neiberi,
Mailman.
Mailman.
Yeah, no, Torvik, I'm not a simp. Thanks very much.
Is this how you summon Satan?
It might just be. No, that's how you summon Cap, isn't?
I mean, it is. It.
Which might just be worse.
I mean, even if it wasn't for the one word that actually I know two words in Finnish. Even if it wasn't for that, yeah, I can clearly tell that it's Finnish.
Did you finish?
Yes.
Said the pigs.
No. Speaking about bonus, Melina is the streamer from Sweden. Very nice girl and very perverted one. Did you saw her? Oh, I thought you were talking on your last stream about how a lot of girls assume you're a creep, and now you're telling me about very nice and perverted girl streamers. Maybe you are the creep after all, Torvik. Maybe you are. The hellish bird called Perkele. Wait. The bird is called Perkele. Perkele literally means hail. So that's one of the two Finnish words I actually know. So
Perkele.
Percolate. Wait, wrong game. Need to do an old Finnish Bible stream someday. Oh yeah, you and your one viewer will surely enjoy that. Okay, maybe Tor will also watch because he might understand something. Yeah. And he arrives. Perkele is same as Satan. No, Satana is Satan. And Perkele, Satana means hail Satan. What? You caught me, yeah.
Don't need to finish things I know is from my summer car.
Well, enjoy it. I will translate it. Oh boy, live translation. I'm in.
Oh yeah.
When? Please schedule. And Israel, setting out with all that he had, arrived at the Well of Oath, and sacrificing victims there to the skytis of his daddy Isaac, he heard him by a vision in the night, calling him and saying to him, Jacob, Jacob. And he answered him, Behold, here I am. Skytis said to him, I am the most strong Skytis of your daddy. Do not be afraid. Descend into Egypt, for there I will make of you a great nation. I will descend with you to that place, and I will lead you back from there, returning. Also, Joseph will place his hands over your eyes. Then Jacob rose up from the Well of Oath. Wait, hold on. So Jacob is at the Well of Oath. Play DS3 tomorrow morning, probably Tuesday morning too. Rip. Wait, so Jacob, aka Israel, is at the well and is sacrificing victims. And then Skytis is calling to him, saying, yeah, go to Egypt, everything will be great.
Why is Skytis calling him Jacob if...
Oh, okay, once again, we're missing these, I believe, right here. Are you sure you're supposed to pronounce it Jacob? Jagueux. Is it French?
Jacob.
Would you prefer if I call... What?
That is Jacob is how you pronounce that name. At least the way it's written.
Well, depending on which language it is originated from, maybe different.
Well,
Would you
I mean,
prefer?
seeing as it's supposed to be translated into English. then
Okay,
that's-
I'll try better. I'll call him Jacob from now on.
Oh my god.
Then
Here I come. Replace Saul.
Then Jacob rose up from the well of oath, and his sons took him with their little ones and wives in the wagons that Pharaoh had sent to carry the old man, along with all that he possessed in the land of Canaan. And he arrived in Egypt with all his offspring, sons and his grandsons, his daughters, and all his progeny together, but not his granddaughters, because fuck girls. Literally, because this is the Bible. Now these are the names of the sons of Israel who entered into Egypt. He with his children. The firstborn is Reuben, the sons of Reuben. Enoch and Palu, Hezron and Carmi. No, we're just double checking that you got all of them down. The sons of Simeon, Jemuel and Jemin and Ohad and Jechin and Zohar and Shaul and the son of a Canaanite woman. Do you have all of these noted?
Let's pretend I do.
This is important. So Reuben has 2 sons, which we now know the names. Wait, no.
I'll read.
What? No, Reuben now has 4 sons. He has 4 sons by now.
Oh.
Well, before it was just that, just as a quick recap, he said to his daddy, let me bring my brother, and if I don't bring him back, you can have my 2 sons. Which, my 2 sons implies that he only has 2, but I guess by now he has 4. Yes, that's definitely how you spell Hanok.
If it wasn't, it is now.
Hey, oh, 9. Yes, what? The sons of Simeon. Well, we don't have any sons of Simeon, so have fun. The sons of Levi. Oh boy, you have some work to do.
Yeah, no. Oh.
Yours is hard at work. Just like myself, I'm usually also hard at work.
Wait. Please do not be hard at work.
I'm doing this guy just again.
Alright, so who's the sons of Simeon?
I highlighted it, fuck you. By the way, that's a reference to my CSGO video, because everything is these days. Just like the resin was.
Oh no.
The sons of Levi, Gershon, and Kohath, and Merari. The sons of Judah, and Onan, and Shelah, and Paris, and Zerah. I think these we already have, I'm not sure. Now, and Onan died in the land of Canaan, and sons were born to Paris, Hezron, and Hamul. Wait, didn't we just have a Hezron?
Probably.
Wait, yeah, wait, Hezron is the son of Reuben, and then Hezron is also the son of Paris.
So there's 2 of them.
Who is the son of Judah? So that would be. He named his son after his brother? The actual fuck.
So what else we got here? We got sons of Levi. Oh, wonderful.
We've got Simeon done. Yeah, Levi is
Levi's
the actual fuck.
Got Gershon.
Careful, Judah might be a place, not a guy. Wait.
No.
Anything might be. That's just.
That's just Bible things for you.
Okay, you have Onan, and Shelah already. So just 2 more sons for Judah. Also, I like the line that goes from Leah to Asher and Gad. Just has a random box there.
This is the bump. So that's the sons of Levi, the sons of Judah, which sons of Judah, which is Aaron and Shelah, and we have some of them, but not
Yeah,
all of them.
exactly. You have the first 3, I believe, and then you need 2 more.
Perez, and Zerah.
Nice arrow.
Oh no. Oh no.
Maybe you should move Benjamin somewhere else. Like, move Benjamin, Rachel, and everyone else a little further down. So you can put...
No, fuck you, this makes perfect sense.
And sons were born to Paris. Hezron and Hamul.
Oh no.
The sons of Issachar. Who the fuck is Issachar?
Good question.
Have we had this person before?
Guess we'll find out. So another Hezron.
Yes.
Hezron. And Hamui.
Yes, but it's an L, you genius.
Or is it, I can't see because the things are covering it.
The
Hamul.
sons of Issachar, so please find out who Issachar is.
Ah, there she
Nice.
is. Oh, no.
He. Come on, there are no women in the Bible. Just like the internet. The sons of Issachar, Tola and Puva, and Job and Shimron. Nice. The sons of Zebulon, Sered
Puva.
and Elon and Jaleel.
Elon.
Jaleel's mask.
Job.
These are the sons of Leah, whom she bore along with his daughter Dinah in Mesopotamia of
Shimron.
Syria. All the souls of her sons and daughters are 33. Okay, what does the age of a soul mean? The sons of Gad,
Yes.
Ziphion and Haggi, and
So we
Shuni
have,
and Esbon, and Eri, and
sons of-
Arodi, and Areli, the sons of
Sons
Asher,
of Zebullah. Where's
Imna,
Zebullah?
and
Oh, there's
Jesua,
Zebullah.
and Jesui, and Beria, and also their sister Sarah, the sons of Beria, Heber, Melchiel. These are the sons of Zilpah, whom Laban gave to his daughter Leah.
I need to move these now because
And
we got
these she
Zebullah.
bore to Jacob, 16 souls. Well, have fun typing all of that down. I'll be back in soon.
I'll be back in that soon. Okay, thanks.
I
very
highlighted
cool.
the paragraph. That's all.
I don't even know what's happening anymore. but
Just
I'll
read
go
the
with it.
fucking paragraph.
Yeah.
I believe in
Look
you.
at it.
You're a smart person.
Alright, so I got the Zebullah, Elon, and alright. So there's just 3 from there, right? So we get 1, and then we get what the fuck? Okay, yep, that's what's supposed to happen. So Sered, Elon Musk, Jachlil, Jachlil. Right, and yeah, that's perfect. Everything is awful. The sons of Leah, whom she bore along with his daughter, and Syria, all souls of the sons of Gad. Where's Gad? Gad? Hello? Oh no! Where's Gad?
Maybe you should have taken a different approach to this family tree. Can't you control F for Gad?
I probably can. Yeah.
I mean, hold on. I'll try to find from context. The sons of Gad.
That just isn't. Just no. That's just not a person.
Well, who are we talking about? Gad.
Oh wait!
Asher.
I found Gad.
Holy shit! The quality is so. I literally can't see anything. Okay, if you zoom all the way, and I can. The bitrate is awful right now. Yeah, true. Gad.
I found Gad. It's fine. Oh no! I moved the scroll wheel and just. Where the fuck am I? There we go. Fucking stop. Gad, right? Sons of Gad. Why is there so many of them?
Hold on, what is this?
There's a 1, there's a 2, and there's a 3. There's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or something. Right, Zephion and Hagi and Shuni and Esben and Eri and Arodi, and I forgot one, and Areli, and then Arrow, and then Arrow, and then Arrow.
Spoiler, Areli is gonna be renamed to Ariel.
Wonderful.
It was just
Roll
a typo,
credits.
and Sky just didn't realize at the time.
Sons of Asher. Where's Asher?
To the left of Gad. On your screen right now.
Yeah, so it is. I knew that.
The line.
So for Asher is Ima 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh, you're almost caught up. So
Imna.
the sons of Rachel, the wife of Jacob, Joseph and Benjamin.
Jesua.
I just realized what the problem was.
Was the problem?
You put the children of Rachel and the children of Rachel's handmaid both under Rachel because you were too lazy, which led to further confusion.
No, look, handmaid. Look.
Are you sure that because if you go down to where Benjamin,
I am very much. I'm not sure of anything.
Yeah, exactly. Because where Benjamin and Joseph are, it was mentioned that there's only 2 brothers, but there were 4, which confuses. But I believe was because you were not being precise enough.
I mean, I mean, yeah, probably. Right. So okay, I'm past this bit, and the sons of.
I'm
Baria,
doing all the heavy work here, and you can't even be asked.
Fuck is Baria? Baria. Okay, let's search for Baria. Oh, I literally just I'm okay. Then put you here.
Is it W? Wouldn't it make more? Does that mean wife, or does that just mean it's a female child?
It's a woman.
Yeah, wouldn't it make more sense with an F? Because, well, it's obviously an F if you're a woman in the Bible.
Ooh.
And sons were born to Joseph.
I wonder if there's rule 34 for the Bible.
Well, you have plenty of time to do research. Maybe not on this screen. You know what? I'll just take the Discord thingy off and you do your research. And sons were born to Joseph in the land of Egypt, whom Asenath, the daughter of Potipharah, priest of Heliopolis, bore for him, Manasseh and Ephraim. Didn't we have basically this exact sentence already before?
Yes.
I'm fairly certain you already have these names noted, because I think we had them before. Those sons of Joseph, who's at the bottom somewhere. Well, yeah. Well, that's Jacob. Jacob then to the right? No, to the right? To the right? Yes, exactly. He's on the far right of the screen right now. On the right? At the bottom, there's Joseph. Yes, you have them. Okay. The sons of Benjamin, Bella and Becher, which is German for cup. And Ashbel and Gera and Naaman. And Ehi and Rod and Mophim and Huphim and Ard. They just gave up on naming. What the fuck? No, not Bella, it's Bella. Fuck you. Nice.
Yeah. And another Swift finally replaced.
Well, you have some work to do. Stop procrastinating.
Fuck. Yeah, Benjamin. Yeah.
What? Can I just point out? You replaced Bella instead of Becher with German Cup.
Yeah, if I pay attention to half the things you say.
Can I undo your changes? What is?
You have to find another place. The word German Cup.
I don't know if I do undo if that undoes my or your changes. So
I think it'll be your changes.
well then fix your shit.
Let's keep it that way. It's funnier. Ashlub. What a name. Gera.
These are the sons of Rachel, whom she bore to
And
Jacob.
Nah.
All these souls are 14.
Namen.
Three times 6 is also 18.
Oh no.
The sons of
Fine.
Dan.
Haven't already established that the Bible doesn't have like
Terrence,
a legal age.
I have an amazing verse for you, please.
Oh, wait. I'm just scared now. I'm not actually paying
Just
attention to what the fuck
Have
you're
a look, I
laughing at.
highlighted it just for you.
Sons of Dan. I like how that is just the whole entire verse consists of precisely 5 words.
I just like how it's the sons, and then just a singular son. I thought that, okay, next verse they continue, but nope, the sons of Naphtali.
One whole entire sons. What am I? I'm a rad. That's that one.
Bro,
Art.
we'll
Art.
go with
Art.
some. The sons. And this fucking piece of fuck off.
No.
Fuck off. Insect.
No. You fucking insect.
The sons of Naphtali, Jazeel and Guni.
Jazeel. Jizz. Anyway.
Jazeel. It's a Diablo 2 reference. And Jeezer.
Oh no.
And Shillam. These are the sons of Bilhah, whom Laban gave to his daughter Rachel. So,
Why is it? What the fuck?
because you suck at life.
Thanks. Sons of Dan. Where's Dan? Dan. One whole entire sons.
Son of extras. No. That's a different story. I've had enough extras here when I played Titan Quest.
No.
These are the sons of Bilhah, whom Laban gave to his daughter Rachel, and these she bore to Jacob. All these souls are 7. All the souls who went into Egypt with Jacob, who went out from his thigh? What did you do, Teras?
What? I didn't.
Okay, then please explain this to me.
All sorts who went into Egypt with Jacob and who went out from his thigh. When... I don't know, maybe because they're all like, was it maybe because they're all 7, they're all like thigh height?
No, I think this is supposed to be like they are all his children. They came from his thigh, but you wouldn't refer to the children of a man as coming from their thigh. For a woman, sure, I guess, but it's not exactly like.
You never know, but they were crazy times.
Didn't know your balls were in your thighs back then. Man, good old times. No random kicks in the nuts. That must have been great for them.
They're just hanging off of your left thigh, just on the side.
I'm just thinking of the. Okay, I don't know what they're called. The things in Men in Black that have their balls on their chin.
Yeah.
I only watched it in German. It was too long ago.
Oh fuck!
I just remember.
Oh my
Guy
god!
tells him that's Peter or whatever
See,
the fuck they're called, and then he's like, "Oh,
After we finish the Bible, we should start doing like terrible old movie reviews.
as long as the movie is in the public domain, we can just do a public watching session." Ha! Get fucked. I have sinned.
Please do not sin.
Oh no! Wait, do insects have souls?
No. Actually, no, I don't know.
I think that might be legit. What might be legit? Wait, what are we talking about? The thigh part that I don't know what else it would be. All the souls of the house of Jacob who went into Egypt were 70. Wait, no, hold on. All the souls who went into Egypt with Jacob and who went out from his thigh, besides the wives of his sons, were 66. Now the sons of Joseph, who were born him in the land of Egypt, were 2 souls. All the souls of the house of Jacob who went into Egypt were 70. But where do the other 4 come from? They're coming from
Why are they suddenly talking about
okay, so
the age of souls instead of just their age?
No, it's not the age, it's the count. That just means Jacob has 66 children. Also, he's getting some mad pussy.
Or just the one.
Repeatedly.
She's just fighting him out like a Gatling gun.
Reduce, reuse, recycle.
Oh no.
Okay, so all the souls who went into Egypt with Jacob, who went out from his thigh. So 66 children of Jacob went into Egypt. Besides the wives of his sons. And then there were also the wives of his sons. But 66 of his children went to Egypt. And Joseph had 2 sons. All the souls of the house of Jacob who went into Egypt were 70. There, I explained it. Isn't it amazing how smoothly it is implied that the female gods do not have souls?
Yeah, women are objectified to all shit in the Bible.
Women are not worth even mentioning. They're not worth the ink it takes to print. Clearly.
Whatever they are, they're usually just mentioned for them being traded like currency.
I'll give you 2 of my daughters to fuck off. Then he sent Judah ahead of himself to Joseph in order to report to him, and so that he would meet him in Goshen. And when he had arrived there, Joseph harnessed his chariot, and he went up to meet his daddy at the same place. And seeing him, he fell upon his neck, and amid embraces, he wept. And the daddy said to Joseph, "Now I will die happy, because I have seen your face, and I am leaving
one whole neck
you behind alive." I'll share this important. And he said to his brothers and to all his daddy's house, "I will go up and report to Pharaoh, and I will say to him, my brothers and my daddy's house, who are in the land of Canaan, have come to me. And these honorable men are pastors of sheep, and they have the task of feeding the flock, their cattle and herds, and all that they were able to hold, they have brought with them. And when he will call you and will say, 'What is your work?' you will respond, 'Your servants are pastors of honor. From our infancy, even to the present time, both we and our daddies.' Now you will say this so that you may be able to live in the land of Goshen, because the Egyptians detest all pastors of sheep."
Interesting.
So he's telling them, just tell them you're pastors of sheep because Egyptians hate pastors of sheep?
Yeah, you're not allowed to pastor them.
I literally don't understand what this is saying.
Fucking illegal.
Okay, and he said to his brother, so this is Joseph saying, I will go up, I will talk to the Pharaoh, I will tell him my family has arrived. They are all honorable men and they're pastors of sheep, and they're feeding the flock. Blah, blah, blah. They brought everything they could with them. And he will call you. And so the Pharaoh will ask Joseph's brothers, what's your job? You will respond, your servants are pastors of honor. Your servants. Why would you respond to the Pharaoh that his servants are? Yeah, that makes absolutely no sense.
Oh no. Skydus is having fucking none of it.
And so Joseph entered and reported to Pharaoh, saying, my daddy and brothers, their sheep and herds and everything that they possess have arrived from the land of Canaan. And behold, they stand together in the land of Goshen.
Behold.
I'm genuinely surprised that you haven't done a find and replace for Goshen with Gotham yet. Likewise, he stood in the sight of the king. Wait, he stood in the sight of the king, 5 men of... What? He stood in the sight of the king. Of the king, 5 men, the last of his brother. They're referring to themselves as servants of Pharaoh? Maybe? That's the only thing I could think of. Yes, that's exactly how you spell it. And he questioned them, what do you have for work? They responded, your servants are pastures of sheep, both we and our daddies. We have come to sojourn in your land, because there is no grass for the flocks of your servants, the famine being very grievous in the land of Canaan. And we petition you... Oh yeah, petitions are gonna do a lot. Yep. Good to see that people back then already thought petitions mean anything. What? Rude. Comment.
Just remove it.
We petition that you may order us, your servants, to be in the land of Gotham. And so the king said to Joseph, your daddy and brothers have come to you. The land of Egypt is in your sight. Force them to live in the best place and deliver to them the land of Gotham. And if you know there to be industrious men among them, appoint these as foremen over my cattle. And if you know there to be industrious men among them, appoint these as foremen over my cattle. You know, Teras. I could also add the other one for 2 bits.
No.
Just saying. I could.
I just earned a 100-bit badge.
Oh, nice.
Ooh.
Well, up to you. You have the art on your drive. Just a random thought. Appoint these as foreman over my cattle. After this, Joseph brought in his daddy to the king, and he stood him in his sight. He blessed him, and he questioned him, how many are the days of the years of your life? He responded, the days of my sojourn are 130 years. Few and unworthy, and they do not reach even to the days of sojourning of the sojourning of my daddies. Okay, so Jacob, aka Israel, is currently 130. So you can put a 130 plus on him. That much we know. And blessing the king, he went outside. Truly, Joseph gave his daddy and brothers a possession in Egypt, in the best place of the land, in Ramesses, as Pharaoh had instructed. And he fed them, along with all his daddy's house, providing portions of food to each one. For in the whole world there was a lack of bread, and a famine had oppressed the land, most of all Egypt and Canaan, from which he gathered together all the money for the grain that they had bought, and he took it into the treasury of the king. When the buyers had run out of money, all Egypt came to Joseph, saying, "Give us bread. Why should we die in your sight, lacking money?" And he responded to them, "Bring me your cattle, and I will give you food in exchange for them, if you do not have money." I like how the concept of money was already so set in the culture that it's just, oh, we don't have money, well, I guess we're just gonna starve, please don't let us starve, instead of just being like, well, we don't have money, but we could give you something else. I like how Joseph has to come up with the idea, well, you don't have money, but you could give me something else for my wares.
Nah, that'd be too easy.
I thought back then you didn't even have money at all. It was just like you trade in wares. Okay, what do you have that I could want? But no, capitalism at its finest. Yeah, it's almost as if the Bible was just fiction that was invented afterwards and didn't actually happen, and somebody just took inspiration from the times that they were living in. Khajiit has wares if you have coin. The reference to what was it, Skyrim or something? Fallout, I don't know. I just know that's a reference.
It's fine.
I didn't play the game, so I don't know exactly how the intonation and everything is. And when they had brought them, he gave them food for their horses and sheep and oxen and donkeys, and he sustained them in that year in exchange for their cattle. Can you please do me a favor and cross out coin and put cattle instead? Just cross out coin and put cattle over it. Or just put it in brackets above and like, or cattle. Likewise, they came the second year and they said to him, "We will not conceal from our Lord that our money is gone. Likewise, our cattle are gone. Neither are you unaware that we have nothing left but our bodies and our land. Therefore, why should you watch us die? Both we and our land will be yours.
No.
Buy us into royal servitude, but provide seed, lest by the dying of cultivators the land be reduced to a wilderness."
Done. I can't
Thanks.
find a way to read. I can't figure out a way to recite the text.
Well, you literally it doesn't have on the top right. No, wait, that's the view. Click in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the 1 point thingy? Is that the outline or is that the text? More. More. Edit style? Text.
Yeah.
You incompetent fuck. You can
I
be
don't
so
get
glad
paid.
that this is
I
cut
don't
off
get-
on stream.
I don't get paid enough for this.
Oops. You know, you could have just held down the left mouse button, but
I can't.
clicking about 100 times also works. Therefore, Joseph bought all the land of Egypt, each one selling his possessions because of the magnitude of the famine, and he subjected it to Pharaoh, along with all of its people, from the newest borders of Egypt even to its furthest limits, except the land of the priests, which had been delivered to them by the king. To these, also a portion of food was supplied out of the public storehouses, and for this reason they were not compelled to sell their possessions. Therefore Joseph said to the people, "So, as you discern, both you and your lands are possessed by Pharaoh. Take seed and sow the fields, so that you may be able to have grain. 1/5 part you will give to the king. The remaining 4 I permit to you, as seed and as food for your families and children." And they responded, "Our health is in your hand. Only let our Lord look kindly upon us, and we will serve the king with gladness." From that time, even to the present day, the entire land of Egypt, in the entire land of Egypt, the fifth part is turned over to the kings, and it has become like a law, except in the land of the priests, which was free from this condition. Is that still a thing these days? I mean, present day, when was this released? I'm just curious if it's still the present day. I'd presume not, but... Well, I guess taxes? Maybe? They have 20% tax or something? And so...
Well, in the UK, they have 20% tax.
And so, Israel lived in Egypt. that is, in the land of Gotham. And he possessed it. And he increased and was multiplied exceedingly.
Oh no.
He was already multiplied, so he increased and multiplied even further. He already had fucking 66 to 70 offspring.
Nah, you can't stop that guy. He's got fucking mad plans.
And he lived in it 17 years. And all the days of his life that passed were 147 years. There you go. Jacob, aka Israel, 147. And when he discerned that the day of his death was approaching, he called his son Joseph, and he said to him, If I have found favor in your sight, place your hand under my thigh.
Oh no.
Oh no, where is this going? And show me mercy and truth. Not to bury me in Egypt, okay. But I shall sleep with my daddy. Oh no. And you will carry me from this land and bury me in the sepulchre of my ancestors. And Joseph answered him, I will do what you have ordered. And he
The
said,
next meme I make will have to be censored.
And he said, then swear it to me. And as he was swearing, Israel adored Skytis, turning to the head of his resting place. Genesis 48. After these things were done, it was reported to Joseph that his daddy was sick, and taking his two sons Manasseh and Ephraim, he went directly to him. And it was told to the old man, wait, who's the old man? So, I guess that's Jacob? Or is it Joseph? Is Joseph old by now? No. Okay, Joseph is coming, so it's Jacob. It was told to the old man. What the fuck? Joseph's going to him, and it was told to the old man.
One whole man.
Behold, your son Joseph is coming to you. And being strengthened, he sat up in bed. And when he had entered...
Wait.
He said, Almighty Skytis appeared to me at Luz, which is in the land of Canaan, and he blessed me. And he said, I will increase and multiply you, and I will make you influential among the people, and I will give this land to you and to your offspring after you as an everlasting possession. Therefore, your two sons who were born to you in the land of Egypt before I came here to you will be mine. Ephraim and Manasseh will be treated by me just like Reuben and Simeon. But the remainder whom you will conceive after them will be yours, and they will be called by the name of their brothers among their possessions. As for me, when I came from Mesopotamia, Rachel died in the land of Canaan on the very journey, and it was springtime. And I entered Ephrath and buried her next to the way of Ephrath. Oh, so Ephrath is a place, not a woman, okay.
Interesting.
Which by another name is called Bethlehem.
Oh no.
So, do I understand this
thickens.
correctly? So, Jacob is dying. Probably. He's sick. And then Joseph and his two sons are coming to him. And then Jacob is like, alright, because Skytis had said something to me, your two sons are now mine.
Yoink.
That makes total sense. Then, seeing his sons, he said to him, "Who are these?" He responded, "They are my sons, whom Skytus gave to me as a gift in this place. Bring them to me," he said, "so that I may bless them." I like how he has moved in. He's apparently settled in, but he doesn't even know the children of his son. Like the two sons of his long lost son. He doesn't even know who they are. They just come in and then he's like, "Okay, you're gonna give me your two sons. By the way, who are these two idiots?" "Oh, these are my sons." "Oh, okay, bless them." Like, what? For Israel's eyes.
I think once we finish fixing the Bible, we should upload it to some like random, like like book posting website thing, under a fucking erotic novel section.
Okay then, seek help. For Israel's eyes were clouded by reason of his great age, and he was unable to see clearly. They were clouded by reason of his great age.
I mean, that makes sense, funnily enough.
Reason of his great age. Like, what's the reason that the reason that he got so old is that he's eating healthily, so his eyes are clouded by his healthy diet? What? No, how does that make sense? Please explain. I know what they're trying to say. He's old, so he can't think clearly, but the phrasing doesn't make any sense.
No, this actually makes perfect sense.
Oh, now it makes sense. Thanks for explaining, Teras. You are very helpful.
I don't know why you're not understanding, but it makes sense.
Ah, fuck you. You suck.
Fuck
You get paid too much.
Wait. You guys are getting paid?
Well, you surely aren't getting any more.
Oh, fuck.
And when they were placed up against him, he kissed and embraced them. And he said to his son,
joined the union.
"I have not been cheated out of seeing you. Moreover, Skytus has shown me your offspring." And when Joseph had taken them from his daddy's lap, how old are they? He reverenced prone on the ground. And he placed Ephraim on his right, that is, towards the left hand of Israel.
They're growing ass men in their 40s or something.
Yet truly Manasseh was on his left, namely towards his daddy's right hand, and he placed them both up against him. Oh yeah, it's so important. Instead of just saying, and he put them both next to his daddy. No, one of them was to the left, which was to his right hand, and the other one was to the right, which is to his left hand. Important detail. Because so you know, it's going to come into place later, because the one on the right is going to be befouled by the devil because he was standing on the right side, which is obviously the bad one, and the one on the left is going to be visited by angels who are then telling him that his brother is befouled by a demon and that he has to put him down in his sleep. Very important detail that's definitely going to come up later. And he, extending his right hand, placed it over the head of Ephraim, the younger brother. But the left hand was on the head of Manasseh, who was the elder, so that his hands were crossed. And Jacob blessed the sons of Joseph, and he said, "Skytus, in whose side my daddies Abraham and Isaac walked, Skytus, who pastured me from my youth until the present day, the angel who rescues me from all evils, bless these boys, and let my name be invoked over them, and also the names of my daddies, Abraham and Isaac. And may they increase into a multitude across the earth." But Joseph, seeing that his daddy had placed his right hand over the head of Ephraim, took it gravely, and grasping his daddy's hand, he tried to lift it from Ephraim's head and transfer it onto the head of Manasseh. Imagine if your grandfather blessed you with his right hand. What a fucking asshole. What a fucking dick move. Imagine. No way, he blessed with the left, he wants the right hand. Yeah, imagine not even getting the right hand. Imagine being blessed by the left hand. What a fucking degrading experience. Holy shit. I feel so bad
Fucking-
for him.
Disrespectful as fuck.
And he said to his daddy, "It should not have come to pass this way, daddy." Well, which daddy are we talking about now? Because both are now his daddy, because they have been yoinked. Well, this one is the firstborn. Oh no! Oh, so he is is Joseph. Joseph is saying to Jacob, "It should not have come to pass this way, daddy. For this one is the firstborn. Place your right hand over his head." But refusing, he said, "I know, my son, I know. And this one, indeed, will be among the people and will be multiplied. But his younger brother will be greater than he, and his offspring will increase among the nations." And he blessed them at that time, saying, "In you..." Wait, who? Who blessed whom now? "In you, Israel, will be blessed." Oh, now we're talking about the land. Oh, okay, so Israel, aka Jacob, is blessing them and saying, "In you, Israel," as in the land Israel, "will be blessed, and it will be said, may Skytus treat you like Ephraim and like Manasseh." And he established Ephraim before Manasseh. And he said to his son Joseph, "See, I am dying, and Skytus will be with you." I just imagine him putting his hands on the head. It's like, and then he just gets up. "Oh, also, I'm dying," and then he just falls to the ground instead.
just kills over and dies. I also imagine being the older son, being told right in front of you, like to your face by your grandfather, "Now this one's fine, but the younger one's gonna be greater." You're just looking at him like, "So what? What do you mean?"
And he said to his son Joseph, "See, I am dying, and Skytus will be with you, and he will lead you back to the land of your daddies. I give you one part beyond that of your brothers, which I took from the hand of the Amorite with my sword and my bow." One part beyond that of your brothers? So, like one piece of land
What?
even further out than where your brothers are? Is that what
Giving
it
him
means?
someone else's land.
Well, no, not someone else's land. I mean, he took it from the hand of the Amorite with sword and bow. I think it refers to land. I don't know what else it would be.
Can you imagine it's land?
Yeah.
Also could be woman, because we've already established they get traded like currency. He's just giving away his harem.
Okay, Teras, I give you one part beyond. Okay, so you can have her left breast and her left arm. The rest still belongs to your brothers. But you can have this part of her. Yes, Teras, that makes perfect sense. Thank you. Thank you for your contribution.
What if there's multiple women? We're not talking about parts of women, but actual, individual women. Fucking troglodyte.
Are you sure? This is the Bible after all. I mean, remember when a certain Jacob was tricked into marrying the wrong person, and once he had his dick in her, he couldn't go back, so he had to do another 7 years of servitude? Is chat moving? Twitch chat has been weird. No. You are in fact the only one participating, unless we count Teras occasionally chiming in. No, I think everyone is just sitting there and silently just
praying.
No, what's the like?
What's
I
the
can't think
opposite
of the word.
praying?
They're just like completely entranced because of how amazing this is.
What's the opposite of praying?
Sinning? No, Teras, my entire chat is not sitting there sinning.
Well, if they're watching you, then they are.
Well, I mean, Nago probably is if he's still around. He surely is sinning right now. I mean, seeing me and hearing you.
Oof.
He already mentioned certain things earlier, so I wouldn't be surprised. How much more do we have left? We are almost at the halfway point. Probably next time we'll reach the halfway point.
Possibly,
In 1 or
yeah.
2 weeks.
Oh my god, we're almost at Book of Exodus. Oh,
What is Exodus? What does the book even mean actually?
I don't know.
Like, what's the significance? I mean, the different Genesis ones. Okay, yeah, that's like a chapter basically. But
Yeah.
what are the different books? I genuinely don't know.
I don't know. What are they written by different people? Question mark.
Oh, that would be awesome! Imagine if this wasn't written like a piece of shit.
Find out on the next episode.
Find out next time as we descend
Dragon
further
Ball
into
Z,
madness. Really want to check something. Can you look how the fuck do you search for tags? Well, I guess I'll have to go to a category first. I want to see if there's any other Christian or spirituality streams. Curious.
Right
Christian. That's the plan.
Ooh.
I'm just taking a look. Wait. What? Oh, hold
Fine.
on. Okay, so I looked for the tag Christian. And there's
Yes.
4 other streams. One of them is Russian, one of them is apparently watching a movie, one of them is Portuguese, and one of them I want to take a look at Salvation Without Religion, the cure for low self-esteem. And then I look at the text. English, analysis, agnostic. Agnostic was if you think that it cannot be said whether God exists or not, right?
True.
So what is this stream? Let me stream has been going for 17 hours.
Oh,
It's
oh
just-
boy.
Okay, it's now showing some short text excerpt. Christian religion teaches the belief. I can't read that fast. The birth of Jesus, the man, signified that humanity had evolved to the point where they could understand that there is more to life than I can't read that fast. Okay, well, I don't know. I guess this is just some kind of automated stream that just scrolls through images. No, I guess we're not going there.
Oh.
I gave it a chance, but nope. Well, I guess we're going somewhere else. Also, Teras, if you send me the image, I'll see if I can set up the cheer alert.
Oh, the other one.
Whichever one you want, as long as
Oh,
it's within TOS and all that, obviously.
no. No chance.
Well, where's my outro? There's my outro. Because we're done here. 2.5 hours almost. Let's see. So next Friday, as usual, right? Or do you have anything?
No, Friday should be good.
I think I'm also fine for Friday. I think basically everything for now should be according to schedule. Don't think there's anything planned in the near future. Let me just double check. I think streams should now all take place as planned. When is this? Different days. That's a Saturday. And that's so far away. Okay, yep. So for the near future, everything should be as scheduled. So Friday evening at 8 p.m. my time. I think it was 8, so 7 p.m. if you're from the UK. And you'll figure out the rest. Bible session, and as usual 7 p.m. my time on Mondays, which is tomorrow. Code Vein, aka budget Dark Souls, but anime. These
Nice.
words depends. Wait, mostly if you ask believers, they say atheist, believe in the absence of a god. Yeah, that's what I thought as well. Atheist means you don't think there's a god. That's just no. Their religion is all a hoax basically. Agnostic, doubt. I'm fairly certain it means that you just can't make a comment there. There could be God, there could also not be. You're just like indecisive basically. Usual meaning is atheist, absence of belief. Well, yeah, if you're talking in terms of what's your religion and you say atheist, then obviously that means, yeah, you don't believe in anything in this context. I mean, I believe in Teras, but that's in a different context. When he's in the 1v5. Agnostic, belief in something that isn't tied to a religion in particular. Maybe serves. Okay, I haven't heard that. I thought agnostic was simply that you just don't want to make a decision, basically. But I've never really educated myself on that topic because I frankly don't really care. I know all that I need to know. You don't think there is a god equals absence of belief in a god. Yeah, you think there is... Wait. You don't think there's a god? Okay, you think there is no god? No, you just...
Skysis.exe, stop responding.
You don't think there is a god. Absence of belief. Yes. You think there is no god. Belief in the absence. Yeah, that's the same thing. Management wants you to find the difference between these two pictures.
Well, one is the lack of belief, the other one is the belief in the lack of.
That's not actually... I don't think you're gonna be able to explain this to me because they just mean the same thing. You're just slightly changing around the words. Brent gets it. Good. So Teras is smarter than I am. Great.
Yes. Yeah, my brain is better than everybody's!
Seek help. Alright, so as I said, take tomorrow, Code Vein. And then Friday will be the next scheduled stream. There might be more in between if I feel like it, as always. I don't know. I might post on Discord. Also, if anyone's interested in playing Project Diablo 2, also join the Discord. Although we are already on hell difficulty, but we can bring you up to speed if you want to join in.
We should just generally join the Discord server.
And also join...
It is an incredible place.
Also join the Discord because... Discord, what is this? And
join
also
because I'm in it.
Or join this. Depending on what you're interested in. Teras Discord is more like a more general community place, whereas my Discord is more focused around me and my stream and my personality, I guess.
Yeah, I do a lot of just like creator-based things.
Yeah, well, or just join both. How about that? Anyways, we're rating
Nice.
Dark Tenka. He's doing Mortal Kombat 2 speedruns. He also started speedrunning Diablo 1 recently. Any final words, Teras?
Don't do Bible, kids.
7, 6, 5.
Stay in school. Don't do Bible.